Hello, hello. We are here with another amazing night. It is a triple header Rocket League match. You'll see our faces in a moment. I'm Dragon. I'm here with Newt, and we're off to an insane start. It is Fuel Academy versus UM-Flint Maize, and already 2 minutes in, not a single goal scored.
I don't know if I can match that energy, Dragon. That was a hype entrance.
Woo!
We are a little bit late into entering the game, but that's not a problem. It seems nothing has really come about. We'll see how the Fuel ECAC team does. I believe last time we saw them, they ended up having a heartbreaking loss. May have been a reverse sweep, if I remember correctly. So we'll see if they can bounce back. We have Todd in the lobby today. That's a new one. You know, I haven't seen him yet. Excited to see how he's going to be playing. Thyrox and the side of Fuel just look to get it into the end of Michigan-Flint here, as it's going to go end to end, as now Detroit has it, a 51 by Nixie, and it's popped up in the air, but how do I pronounce that name? It's going to be the one to grab it.
XVOD SPX, that guy?
Dops.
Oh,
he's going to be Dops now in my
All right, we're going to call him Dops, then we got Toso, then we have Todd, they have Detroit.
Yeah.
They just straight up have like a full-blown city.
We'll see how it goes. As nice save there, but now Nixie has an opening. Maybe he looks to try to get something, but Detroit's going to be the one to catch that in waiting. Cyrox, off of the wall, looks for something, but he just gets bumped out of the way. Now, Detroit clears it out right into the corner of Fuel, but it's right towards Nixie's car. A demo comes out from the side of Detroit. As now, Toaster looks for something, but he's bumped away by Nixie. The bumps, the aggression coming up from both sides so far. This game dead even at 3 minutes into it already. Looking for something here. Doesn't find much of anything as Toaster and the side of Flint, they just keep the pressure on, keep the gas pedal going the entire time.
And this is what you want to see. The coordination from Fuel Academy is insane. Their attack has been relentless, but the defense from Flint is just as good. Detroit gets a really good goal, especially off its demo. They got sent to the scrapyard. That's 1 over Dops, over 2, but there you go. I think, that was Cyrox there. It's in a dangerous position. It gets pinched off from the crossbar.
A beautiful crossbar pinch there from Nixie to keep that one out of their net. As a nice save came out from Detroit earlier. He will miss that one, but it's a fake. Toaster can be the one to grab it. Now trying to get it past Nixie, but the 51 for the side of Fuel. Slowed down here by Vdops, who tries to get something going. Toaster gets it past Todd, who goes really, really high, but a nice demo on the fall. It means Fuel's attack will be able to continue. 1 minute left in this game, and it's been dead even. All 50 either way is going to win it. Toaster looks to try to catch up to this ball. Cyrox, Todd going to be off of the wall, bounces it there. Nobody's there to catch the backboard except for Detroit. As the side of Flint, they're looking for something, but the aggression from Fuel has been non-stop for the last minute or so. As a nice shot on net there, but nobody was able to capitalize. Cyrox, a beautiful save from Detroit as he keeps his team in this one. But it's again Fuel on the offense.
And we're now down to 30 seconds left on the clock. Still dead even. We're getting very close to an overtime. Toaster manages to hit it. It gets rolled to the wall with a rebound, but no one's there to capitalize on it. Both Nixie and Cyrox are in the back line. Nixie goes to the attack. Cyrox in the air. 10 seconds. 8 seconds remaining. We might see an overtime for game 1 out of a best-of-7 series.
It's a sign for a good one to come, that's for sure. Unless
Cyrox's
attempt here, it goes a little wide. Just doesn't have the ball control, doesn't have the car control that he wanted there. As kickoff going to be pretty crucial here. Vdop's going to be able to win that one quite cleanly. As now Fuel forced to play the defensive. A nice demo from Cyrox there, but the shot hits the post. Just a generational, post save there from the side of Fuel's goal. As a nice bounce down there, trying to find something there is Detroit, but it's going to be, or Vdops is going to be saved. It does seem like Flint has a pretty standard strategy of Toaster and Vdops being on the offensive. Detroit can be the one playing back. Fuel, they're a bit more loose, right? They have kind of someone playing. They rotate between these roles, which is what you see from a lot of these higher level teams. Vdops and Toaster, a nice attempt there, but it goes off of the crossbar. Really, the environment has been Fuel's #1 savior so far this game. As a nice, strong, clear, fast there, Todd. Not going to be the one to get it. Cyrox ends up saving that long shot. The ball is slowed to a crawl right in midfield.
And that was a very risky play to slow to the crawl right there because that allows Fuel to just launch it directly. But this is dangerous. It's bouncing very, very dangerously in the red. Another hit, and that is the overtime goal. Game 1 going to UM-Flint Maize off of a very lucky bounce and a drop shot from Dops.
Todd could have had that, but he was just a little bit too far into his net.
Yeah, no, unfortunately.
Had he lined that one
far.
up a little bit better, it would have been a
That's our
save.
faces.
But still, yeah, welcome everybody to some Rocket League today. I'm Newt. I'm joined by Dragon, as we mentioned earlier. Obviously, we got a triple header for y'all tonight. We got ECAC starting it off in NECC. That's gonna be a BO7. Then we have main team taking an NECC, and then a final, OCC Ontario Carball. It's always Ontario Carball Championship, I think, as gonna be our final thing for Fuel. That's gonna be a BO5, and it will be our full roster for the first time. We haven't seen Fuel's main team yet, as this team just did so well in CRL qualifiers. But before that, we got the ECAC game, as they're right into the second one, and a kickoff goal goes the way of Toaster Todd, just slightly off yet again.
Yes, what just happened there, Toaster bounces it, and Todd just gets caught on that corner and was just too far into the net to block it. It was just mispositioning and bad timing. Going on to the second kickoff, you can see a nice strike, but it goes right to Detroit, to the end zone though. Todd goes to strike it, scoops it, gets a reset, but it passes right to Detroit. Cyrox goes over. It goes over one to Cyrox. He's dribbling it. It goes through, but Detroit strikes it back into that midfield. But Nixie's taking it to the ceiling.
Off of the ceiling here, Nixie looks for something, but it's just a dead ball right in front of Flint's goal. As it's now the attack for Flint. They start to get on the aggressive here. Todd, a nice clear, as Cyrox has an open attempt there. They will end up losing out on that 50 as Toaster ready to catch that one. You see, just in that play right earlier, Cyrox just didn't get the pop-up he wanted. It didn't go over the player. It just stayed a little bit too grounded. Fuel, slight little mistakes, slight little, things not going their way here and there. Just meant Flint gets the lead. But speaking of a mistake or a thing not going your way, Detroit just misses the ball.
No, yeah, they unfortunately missed it. You can see they go through that Dominus frame. They were just off by a couple inches off the bumper. Just trade a little bit of paint, and that's kind of the flaw with the Dominus frame. Yes. It's a low profile. It's good for the strikes, but for those kind of defensive plays, you gotta really know the angle of your car.
It's why you haven't seen the Dominus in a lot of these games, right?
It's my main, dude.
It's fallen out of favor, right? Early into this game's life, right? It was always Octane or Dominus, but Octane almost always had legs. But now, it's Octane or... I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the name of the star.
Fennec.
The Fennec, yes. It's always, you see more Fennecs nowadays, especially, I'd argue.
It's the main one because it's such a high profile for these strikes and that defensive play. Yeah. That's what makes the Fennec so versatile in these competitive matches.
It's just so hard to make the Dominus work, as you do see Detroit try to do such a thing. Toaster bumped so far away from that ball off that contested beat-ops to be able to catch that one, but he's down to no boost as well. Fuel Todd has to get his own. Cyrox is down, so only 2 players here for Fuel have boost. Cyrox going to be boostless for actually quite a while here. You see him hunting for any scrap of boost possible on the map.
Just
but he had to run to the other corner, complete other side of the map, just to be able to get anything there. But Flint did not capitalize on that moment. So will they find here? Cyrox looks to try to get something going. They need to get it out of their end as he looks to catch this one up, but it just misses the ball. Toaster.
Hold on.
I don't. What did Toaster do?
Toaster was trying to do something, but I think Cyrox was also trying to fake out, but then Toaster faked out Cyrox. Cyrox faked out Toaster, bump, so I think they were trying to get a bounce shot in. We can see here Dobbs goes for a nice block, bringing out the legendary Octane as well. Classic to see. Off the wall, strikes up all the way back into Fuel's end, but not Nixie. Strikes it, scooping it back up, going into the air. Bounce, touch. Ooh, that's a
beautiful
bad
save, but Cyrox, but 2 members of Flint go to contest that. That could have spelled danger. I've noticed something. For Flint, they love to go for these double commits. They don't. It's something that can really start to bite them in back, if they keep doing this.
Well, no, that's the problem with double commits, because if you commit 2 players, that leaves one vulnerable and an entire team attacking you. It gets risky. And I always say when casting Rocket League, you either have to commit 100% or just don't do it all, because hesitation will bite you.
Todd looks to try to stop that one on the backboard, but it just bounces off at the side of the post. A nice demo there from the side of Flint means that they're opening here. Looks for a flip reset, but Toaster are going to miss that one. As now Nixie has the opening. It's off of the corner. You know, it's on Flint's side, but they haven't been able to find too much success on these attacks here for Fuel. A 50 goes neither way, as now Toaster looks to try to get something going. He sends it into the corner right towards Todd, but it bounces up. He gets it past two, but Cyrock's there to stop it. As now Nixie has an opening. Side of Flint is going to be able to stop it. Cyrox for something here to pass to Todd. It's top corner, but it's just a little bit wide, a little bit too high there for Nifty. Sideways there as Nixie looks to try to catch this one. Doffs off of the ceiling, or off of the wall rather, but Cyrox a beautiful save as now Nixie has an opening. It does end up colliding though with Detroit, who looks for something here. It's dead even. Our soccer right now, there is nothing happening. It's just back and forth, but neither team has found the opening unless Toaster finds this, but a nice bump and a save there on the side of Fuel ECAC as they can try to make something happen.
We're at the 30-second mark. Off the post. They need to rebound it now and get out. And they do. They launch it. Oh my god, that was scary. 22 seconds left. It's still 1-1. It's basically just game one all over again, but this time
there's a goal. Like, you know, there's two goals, but I would say scary is an understatement for that one.
Always gives me a heart attack.
Did end up missing that ball. You know, had it been on target, it actually would have gone in for the side of Flint, but instead it does go slightly wide. Now last attempt here for Cyrox. A nice flip off of the wall.
Oh!
Sends it to Nixie. That was it for Fuel. They had such a good team play there, but it just goes slightly wide as now the kickoff goes the way of Flint.
And now we're back to a parallel of map one. It is overtime, all one goal to rule them all. Who will take it, or will Flint put another point on the board, or will Fuel tie this up? It can literally go either way. That clock ain't gonna stop going up until a ball goes in.
Indeed, you know, as I believe, you know, RLCS Major just happened, and we saw two 10-minute overtimes in one series.
My God.
Yeah, that KC Energy series went. It was a 6-game series, but it was the second longest series ever in history of RLCS.
Really?
Even while only being 6 games.
Oh.
But that might just be almost the door almost closing there on Fuel's hopes. A nice pinch there from Nixie to try to get it out. A demo in the sky, but the ball goes the way of Fuel. As Detroit catches this one, he looks to try to bring this one up towards the wall, but he just doesn't have any boost to play with.
No, unfortunately, Detroit did not become human, and he just was not able to push it through.
He was waiting on that one the entire, you know, he's waiting for a moment to drop that one. I can promise you that. So does Castle Dragon enough. He's been cooking that one up since the moment he saw the name Detroit. So we'll see how this ends up going. Cyrox looks to try to contest that one, but the ball is cleared out right towards Nixie's car, who now goes up. He looks to try to get something going, but the ball just doesn't have the speed he needs. He doesn't have the control there. As Todd looks to bounce it past, but a nice save from Toaster. Both teams finding these crucial saves. As now you see Flint try to get something going, but Nixie has an opening. He gets it. Toaster back-to-back beautiful saves as he's keeping Flint in this game so far, making sure that it's not over as the ball slows down as Toaster comes off of the wall. But 3 members of Fuel are all waiting there like spiders.
That's exactly what I was thinking. They're all just waiting there on the wall like, who's going to go for it? Who's going to go for it? And all 3 of them just launch for it. A really good aerial intercept by Fuel. But Toaster strikes it. It's on the backboard. It taps and bounces, and that's Dops with the second closing goal.
But that game, you know, that entire overtime was dictated by Toaster, really, if you think about it. Toaster, 2 crucial saves to keep his team in it, and then also getting a beautiful setup off that backboard there. He wanted the double touch. He does not end up getting it, but it's still beautifully set up.
It's on the backboard. It taps, it bounces, and that's Dops.
As Flint, you know, University of Michigan, Flint Maize, they take a 2-0 lead in this series. And those game 2s are always so important. You know, it's more important in that best of 5, right? Because then you're on that match point.
Yeah.
But still, in these BO7s, it just means you're one step closer to being on that match point and being, you know, it just means that Fuel, they have to win so many in a row. They have so much less opportunity to, you know, make mistakes, to give up games.
Yeah, because it's first to 4 in these best of 7s.
Yeah.
And the mental, they're down 2 already. You gotta figure out something. Fuel needs to learn and read into, okay, how do we break through Flint's attack? And honestly, I'd say blow up Toaster, make him burn.
Yeah, I think definitely, you can look for these demo plays, you can look for these team plays, right? A lot of the time when we're watching some of our rosters, especially, I'd say like ECAC or Rising, I see a lot more individual plays, right? A lot less of these team-oriented plays, a lot less passing plays, and it's something that really sets apart these teams. When you find these passing plays, when you figure out how each player wants to play together rather than as an individual, your team really starts to shine. See Cyrox a setup there, but no member of Fuel is able to catch it as Detroit gets it past 2, and Cyrox forced to run back to safety. Stop that one as Detroit. A nice bump there from Cyrox, though, just playing with Detroit there. You see a little bit of tussle happening between these two players, just bumps after bumps between each other as Todd looks to get something going. He just doesn't have the speed as now Detroit looks to clear this one out, but his boost got stolen by Cyrox, so he is good, and Cyrox steals another boost. Just an absolute boost hog over here. Cyrox, Detroit just unable to get anything going. The side of Flint actually has no boost comparatively to Fuel. This really is Fuel's best opportunity. They have to try to find a capitalize off of this. All 3 players were full boost, but instead it will be Flint is able to clear this one out.
Yeah. Fuel was besieging Flint for a little bit, starving off those boosts. They could have gone for a very strong attack, but that play from Dops to Toaster, but it gets denied by Todd, which is a solid defense from the side of Fuel.
Could have been dangerous.
It could have been,
that had a
for
lot
sure.
of speed going on, and Cyrox definitely did not want it to go that way.
Nope.
But the team able to stop
Oh,
that
but
one.
not Nixie. Might have a breakaway
Trustworthy.
here.
Nixie does look to get something, but it's just going to go wide. Looks to try to get maybe a passing play. Cyrox slows this one down. A nice double touch. He does end up, the 50 just doesn't go how he wants it to, though, as Toaster sets that one over towards, the right corner of Fuel's side. Nixie goes up. It's another, looking for these hero plays, trying to find any sort of success, but that is a shot on net by Cyrox, but it goes a little wide. We've seen this time and time again from both teams. The goals just are not being found. They're not in the locations they need to be. These posts, these crossbars are stopping so many of these shots.
They are. It's just, they're overshooting, undershooting. A pinch goes in. Oh my God, that was an own goal.
That was really, yeah, that was a bona fide full-on own goal there. Just Todd bounces it off here. Toaster looking to try to stop it, but he just sends it into his own net as Fuel strike first for the first time in this series. You say it's a little bit, there might be some mental things when you go down 0-2. But for Fuel, right, they lost both games in overtime. So I don't think it's, as heartbreaking as something like a 2-0 or a 3-0 or like a complete stomp, right? These close games, you see the ways that you can get into them. As Fuel, they have the lead here. We have to see if they're able to hold on to it. The thing with our ECAC team, what they love to do, when they have the lead, they go full gas. They love to just play full, aggression, no defense, really. They like to just send 2 players on every attack, try to get as much going as possible. Because they have that, they have that safety marker of the fact that they can, at the worst, any team can tie it up, right? So we'll see Fuel look for some very offensive plays. Cyrox tries to get it past, but Toaster, a nice bump as Cyrox passes it back to Todd. Nixie gonna have to be the one to catch this midfield one here as Detroit just goes wide. Yet again, Todd will not be able to contest that one as Toaster gets it past. Cyrox now has an opening that will go straight towards the front of Detroit's car, towards his. There, we'll see if he can find anything going. Cyrox now looks for something.
Gets it passed to Detroit with no boost on that net. Very risky to have your least person with boost guarding, because sometimes you just gotta be ready for that reaction time for those fast shots. Will be enough. Dop strikes and pitches. Oh, and not Nixie has to stop that now, and he does. That could have been hook, line, and sinker if Nixie was not there.
Yeah. But Nixie, thankfully, is going to be able to stop that one as Fuel hold on to the lead with 44 seconds remaining. Cyrox looks for something. It's popped up towards Nixie, who gets it past 2. The bounce shot is stopped by VDops. As this is really, Flint, they have to start to get on the aggressive here. They have to start to put the gas, hold down that gas pedal. Just start to find something, but it almost was another own goal by Toaster there. Gotta love initial D.
Oh, yeah.
But see, Detroit looks for something here. Toaster, they have to get it out of their own side, but Fuel have kept this aggression up. I tell you, when they get this lead, this ECAC team loves to just go full aggressive to stay on that.
Todd has a breakaway.
Todd has a breakaway, but he decides to go towards the wall instead, as he doesn't need to find these goals, right? Because Fuel able to take that one. But every game so far this series has been a 1-goal difference.
And it's been a 1-goal difference, but then the first 2 wins have been overtime. This is the first non-overtime victory, and that is putting Fuel Esports on the points. It's now only a 1-point difference between these two series-wise.
Dead even game so far, right? This series has been so close. It does feel like we're going to go the distance at this point, right?
100%.
Just with
it
how
might
these
be
teams are
2-1
playing.
right now, but it's dead even.
With how these teams are playing, it's been OT. It's been a 1-goal game. It's been so close. And it has been the team that strikes first to be the one to win it. As Detroit looks to try to find something off the kickoff there, but Todd able to stop that one, making sure it doesn't go anywhere. VDops gets it past Todd, though, as Cyrox as well gets past, but VDops, finds that demo, but he does end up just being sent off course there. Off of the backboard there, and it's shot into the net. And just, Fuel don't look for the save. They just watch it trickle into their goal.
That is such a difficult angle to block because it's not really expecting to hit it from the left side into the right, depending on where you are camera-wise. Sometimes when you're in the net, it looks like it's going to hit the wall, so you don't assume. Right? But always, rule of thumb, assume the ball is going in at all times.
That's the key, right? Because we'll see. Flint can be the one to strike first right off of that early game, first 30 seconds. As, I'll be my broken record self that I do every time, right? Backboard defense. Yes. You can't say it enough. You can't afford to leave the backboard open, even if the players aren't going to find these individual, double touches, right? You're not going to find these success here. You're still going to find so much value off of a team play, off of being able to have a member follow up on that bounce. Cannot afford to let a bounce free in front of your net.
Yeah, no, you can't, because the moment that backboard becomes open, the rebound possibility for a goal just increases by 10% every inch. And it just gets to the point where you are very likely to get a goal scored on you if you're not careful. VDops gets it through. That's a breakaway, and he just sends it right in.
Beautifully played there by VDops, making it clear, he can find these success. He's the one who's found both goals so far, and that's just a beautiful, get it over the player. Nice air dribble, keep it in. And now Flint, for the first time, for any team, it's a 2-goal lead, which means that insurance marker is there, and they can start to play a bit more loose. They don't have to be as worried about letting in a goal. But Nixie looks to try to answer back immediately, but it does go right towards Detroit. Todd bounces that one up, but neither member of Fuel's going to be able to catch it. Cyrox just forced to back up, as now it's Flint's attack yet again.
All they have to do now for the side of Flint is just play for time, tweet it out. Be as defensive as you can and just make sure not to open the door for Fuel to score goals. What Fuel's got to do is literally put the pedal to the metal. Oh! That was close.
We see when they're ahead, a lot of teams like to play a lot of defense, right? Our Fuel ECAC team, they like to play quite aggressive. But if you look at it as well, when they're behind, right, you don't see as much for a lot of our Fuel rosters. When they're behind, they just stop really caring about defense at all. Because you're already losing, might as well just find some offensive plays. They just start to go complete gas on, and that's what you need to see from ECAC here in order to find any success in this game, as Flint is running away with this one right now. 2-0 lead. A nice stop in front of their goal there. Flint just stopping that Toaster, an iron wall in this goal.
Yeah, they stopped that completely, and that was risky. The backboard goes wide. Nixie does not hit the rebound. That could have been a goal for them, but they missed it. But Cyrox strikes it. It's off the backboard. A rebound again. Misses one, misses two. Goes to Todd. Hits it again off the backboard, but Toaster is there.
There to catch it, right? And the thing you've noticed, when you saw Flint find that backboard play, it actually was a little bit lower on the backboard. Fuels, they're going quite high, which means that the player to follow up has to basically be in midfield.
Yes.
So you don't really have that opportunity to be able to play off of them. You see the idea behind a backboard shot, right, off of, bouncing towards your team, centering it up. But if it's not placed correctly, all it does is just kind of clear it out of their own end. really. It kind of just resets the play, but you don't have the boost. Oh, incredible save by Detroit there as I'm monologuing. Just beauty there. You know, that's what you need from Flint. They play this lockdown defense now. Toaster's not the only one that can find these crucial saves when it matters most. Now, Edops looks to try to find something. He's the one that's found success on the striking, right? He's the goal scorer here for Flint so far. Detroit, a beautiful save yet again off of the corner there. Fuel looks to try to find something, but a nice pinch means Nixie's shot goes wide.
And now Edops strikes it, carrying it all the way to the mid, takes that mega, brings it to the end zone, but it gets denied, but Toaster's there to rebound and pass onto it. Cyrox goes, it misses it, goes for the bottom, and Detroit tries to go through, gets a demo onto Todd, passes it through, it rolls, and that just rolls right, and that's Dops with the hat trick.
The hat trick off the ground ball there, just Fuel, they just overcommit, no
From
members
the midfield.
able to get there. You see Todd run towards to try to get some boost. Nixie as well wants to get that boost, but then he realizes Todd is going there, has to, you know, circle back, but he just doesn't have the time to really get to the goal. Just no player communication may have been a little off there as both players ended up going for the same boost. And that means Flint gets that third goal with 45 seconds remaining.
Yep, and now it is the window of tying it for overtime is slowly closing in on Fuel.
Okay, I said front of the car 4 times earlier in the same sentence looking for a different word. The word was hood, by the way. I just couldn't for the life of me remember what it was called. I was trying to say like Pop the Hood or something. As you see, Nixie look for something, but with 20 seconds remaining in a 3-goal deficit, the side of Flint Maize, they're just keeping it in their end. They're just playing it slow, keeping the ball up, bleeding time as this game looks like Flint's going to be the one to go to game point. But Todd, not one to be outdone, will find that goal with 8 seconds remaining.
If they get 2 in 8 seconds?
It's not impossible, right? 2 kickoff goals always are possible, but it's not. It's improbable at best, right? We'll see if they can find the success here, or if the side of Flint Maize will be able to go up 3-1 and get themselves on that match point. They do look for something, but with 1 second remaining, Fuel, their hopes look to have dwindled in this game as Flint takes a 3-point lead.
And now with Flint on series match point, Fuel needs to win 2 games in a row to tie it up.
They have to. It's backs against the wall. Fuel, they cannot afford to play passive. You have to have at this point, right? You have to start adapting to how the other team's playing. You've played 4 games, right? You have to understand how they're going to be playing. You figured out the way to counterplay them at this point, and that's what Fuel needs to do. It seems like Flint may have solved something, right? That 4th game was completely dominant, right? There was really no signs of stopping them. Especially Vidops, a beautiful plays by him that game, but as well some fantastic saves. But Nixie,
not Nixie. Hey, he swapped to the Octane. He ain't playing around.
A crucial opening here for Nixie to set the tide for Fuel in this game 1. And again, as we've seen, the team that strikes first has taken every game so far this series.
And now a 1-0 lead. Not Nixie, swap it over to that Octane. That just proves he's not playing around. He's even got his car covered in blood. That's just telling you exactly what Nixie is here for. He is seeing red, and he's here to dominate.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's red, it's dead, it's redemption. Let's go.
Todd's got the red on his car, too. It seems like the side of Fuel, they're looking for that blood. They're thirsty for it. As we'll see if they can find success here. 50 goes neither way, but it ends up, it's slightly advantage to Flint's there. As Cyrox gets it out, it's popped up, but Detroit isn't there to catch that one. As he now just starts free falling.
He's free.
That was the lob of all time, by the way. That was a lob. I'd like to let it know. As Todd finds that shot, but it does not go where he wants it to. As Fuel on the offensive here, but Vidops gets it through. But Nixie, it's set up for a player, but no member of Fuel is able to catch it as both players forced to play towards that midfield. They both rotated back at the same time as Vidops looks to try to finally get it out of their own side, but a nice play there from Cyrox to center it up and stop the offensive from Vidops.
And now, but Toaster is trying to clash with Nixie for control of this ball, but it does go at least in Nixie's favor. Cyrox is waiting to get that rebound, strikes, it goes through, but it goes a little far, hitting that wall. Not Nixie with the rebound, undershoots because he knew Detroit was going to go grab it. Now Detroit and Toaster pass it off, but Cyrox launches it back into the end zone of Flint. Hits off of Dobbs again. Cyrox does a nice flick. Strikes out of 50 with Detroit, but not Nixie is there.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, I think we just saw 4 demos at once.
Yeah!
If I'm not mistaken. Just an absolute bloodbath here so far, but Fuel have been the ones to get out on top. Dodd now looks for something. He's hasn't really found his own hero plays yet in this game, right? Nixie found one. Cyrox has found his success. Todd wants to find his as well as Toaster. Pinched off of him as Todd sets that one up. Can Nixie finish it off? No, but Cyrox has to be the one to do it, but he doesn't want to commit because both players are Fuel are already in, and if he misses it, then it's an open net.
Yep,
so
way too risky.
He plays the smart play, right? They're in the lead. They don't have to do that. Feedops, no boost, does not find that shot attempt he's looking for. As Nixie off of the ceiling yet again. A beautiful shot there, but an even nicer save from Toaster, who clears it out towards Todd. And again, I mean, this game has been night and day from what the rest of the games have been for Fuel. I mean, they have not, it hasn't been out of Flint's end, I think, once.
And Cyrox with a nice tap, making a comfortable 2-0 lead with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock. Just goes in, like, that was a 58-kilometer-per-hour goal. Like, I think it was like the slowest we've seen.
Yeah, we did see like a 63-kilometer from across the pitch that went in.
Yeah.
So maybe these speed goals aren't really what you need here.
You need precision.
You need precision. You need to make sure you're placing
them
like right. That. Speaking of precision and placing, a beautiful strike by Feedops there. Turned his car around to get it off of the wheels to get a better angle on it. I mean, just beauty there as he brings it within one.
With 2 minutes and 1 second left. And 1 point difference. Fuel Esports still leading. But will it be enough?
Fuel, they're the ones that are going to start to feel the pressure, right? Flint, they have so many games to play with that they don't have to be as pressured, play complete perfection this game. Fuel, they have no option. That bounce towards Toaster could spell doom, though. It does a nice save there from Cyrox to be able to stop that one. But Feedops looks to try to get something going. He just doesn't have any boost.
And a nice scoop from 2 members of Fuel brings the ball all the way into Flint's end, but Toaster's there with a dribble, but not Nixie, just uses him as a golf tee, Happy Gilmore style, and just launches it.
Launches it out as Detroit. Something I've noticed from Flint in this game, the player on the attack is almost always just never had boost.
Yeah, there's just no boost bearing, but it doesn't matter!
Feedops is lights out today. That's a beautiful, just double, bouncing it off of Todd, who looks to save this one, but the touch is just better for Feedops. Nixie trusting in his teammate, as it's a tie game with 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining. The momentum was handedly in Fuel ECAC's side in the first 3 minutes, but these last 2 have been Flint all the way.
And now Fuel still trying everything they can. All they gotta do is get 1 goal. 1 goal is all it takes.
1 goal, bring them that lead. Same for Flint though, but again, Flint doesn't have the same level of pressure that Fuel has. Fuel is feeling the pressure because if they lose this one, they're out. They lose the series, whereas Flint, they have they have 2 games to play with before it's even tied up. So they are definitely in a more comfortable position here as Toaster sets it up beautifully. Can Feedops finish that one off? But the speed on that ball is just a little too fast. Toaster is right back towards the goal, though, and he's going to be the one to clear it out. He gets it past 2. Todd has to be the one to save it, as he does just that. But a nice boost steal from the side of Toaster, doing it all. He's a jack of all trades here from the side of Flint, as shot over towards the net. It's going to be shot away, and Cyrox, it goes too high, but Todd looks to finish it off, but it's saved beautifully, and we're going to the 3rd overtime of this series.
And it's all down to this one final overtime match, potentially. Fuel needs to score this. Will they do it, or will Flint take a series 4-1? It's going to be insane. Cyrox is heavy on the attack, but being a no-boost Barry really puts you in a tough position here.
My no-boost Barry call is definitely, it's hard to be a no-boost Barry, that's for sure. When you don't have the boost, it's so hard to be able to do anything. something you've noticed, Flint, you know, they take a lot of boost from Fuel, right? They've been taking, I think I saw a moment where Toaster had 96 boost and then proceeded to take a full boost. A nice save from Toaster there as Fuel looked just to keep the offense going. Cyrox sends it towards VDops, pops it up, and now it's Flint's attack. Detroit looks for something here. He wants to become human. He wants to find something. But instead, it's just sent over to Detroit yet again. We'll see if they can find any success. As Nixie looks to find it. A nice save by Todd there off of Toaster, and now it's a little bit of a breakaway for Cyrox, but Detroit saving it there. And again, a bump over Cyrox off of the ceiling.
It's open,
It's open, but Toaster is the one to get to it first, as now Detroit looks to keep this offense going, looks to get it out of his net, but he just doesn't have any boost whatsoever. He's slow driving the car. There's just no momentum on the side of Flint here, as Nixie looks to try to find something yet again. A miss there from Toaster, but it's cleared out as Cyrox centers it up yet again, but VDop's the one to catch it. Fuel in on the attack this OT the entire time.
And now with a nice launch from Toaster, but it goes right to the bumper and not Nixie. Misses the aerial redirection. It strikes the Cyrox. Todd waiting there. Cyrox strikes it again. Todd is waiting in the center. No boost berry. Detroit strikes it all the way to the middle, but not Nixie rebounds. It's going right to Toaster, but hits the Dobbs instead. Cyrox flips, misses. I think that was just a panic miss input, which usually happens in these types of scenarios.
2 minutes in an OT on Death's Door. It's going to start to feel these panic. These misplays are really going to be the ones to spell disaster. As you do see a nice pinch there from Cyrox, gets it cleared out as VDops goes up. A demo on both sides. Looks to try to get some sort of momentum for either team. Detroit, a nice save to clear that one out as Cyrox slows it down. VDops swings right past, but he does not find it. Neither does Detroit. A fake Toaster finishes it off, and Flint take it. I was hoping Detroit scored because I was going to say, you know, that's why they called it Motor City.
Yep.
But still, the saves from Detroit. And a nice pass there as Toaster finishes it off. And Fuel ECAC falls 4-1 to Flint. University of Michigan, Flint Maize there.
Wow.
A nice showing, but it was a close series, right? The 4-1 scoreline does not do the series justice.
No, it absolutely doesn't. The 4-1 score for sure, but for anyone who is watching this match, absolutely does not show that series justice. These teams were even.
A slightly different world, and this is a Game 7, right?
Oh,
a slightly different world. This is a Fuel 4-0. There's so many opportunities that this could have gone. But in this universe, in this reality, Flint Maize ends up taking the 4-1 victory.
Unfortunately, but there is a little silver lining in this. We got 2 more games.
I was going to say, we got more Rocket League,
We got a lot more Rocket League.
Not done whatsoever.
And the next one's also a best of 7, is it not?
It is a best of 7 of our main team versus SSU. We'll see how that one goes, but we're going to have to take a short break before that, so don't go anywhere.
Is the reason that I'm singing. One more shot is what I'm missing. I know I will risk it all. 'Cause you're my fireball. You won't have to crawl when you go